Hello, Ojika. Okay. Guess it's in here. Hey! Ojika gave us the good news. We made ready to set sail at a moment's notice. The only one yet to arrive is Arenville himself. Hey! Ah, you're all here. It took some persuasion, but the Gleaners Guild ship has granted us places aboard a vessel bound for Tural. There will be other passengers, researchers and artisans and the like, so we'll need to share deck space. That's fine, Arenville. I doubt anyone expected we'd have a ship to sail all to ourselves. They're not casting off just yet, so if you have any lingering concerns, now's the time to voice them. I wouldn't call it a concern, but everyone's still clear on what it is we'll be doing in Tural, yes? We've not forgotten. The nation of Tuliyollal is in the midst of deciding its next ruler. As your chosen allies, we shall assist you during the rite of succession, and support your bid to become Dawn Servant. In addition to that, Alphano and I have another objective. As part of its reconstruction, Wuk Lamat seeks ways to reconcile and re-engage with its neighbors. By visiting Tural, we hope to learn more about how its myriad cultures interact with one another, how they find common ground, develop stronger ties, the sorts of sites that might help our friends in Ilsabar. But we'll pursue this goal in our own time. You can be assured that we'll give the contest all due attention. That's all I ask. Otherwise, you're welcome to do as you like. You wanted to find out about your grandfather, right, Kryl? Yes. As far as we could determine from the old missive I found, he had been tasked with investigating the Golden City by your father, the Dawn Servant. Yet oddly enough, we have no record of that investigation in our archives, and nothing to explain the earring which accompanied the letter. Thus, for reasons both official and personal, I should very much like to get to the bottom of this mystery. I'm sure there'll be a chance to speak with Papa. You can get your answers right from the source. I look forward to meeting him. In any case, you're not the only one with an interest in the City of Gold. The Golden City is a children's bedtime story. I'm a part of this expedition only because the Third Promise has commanded that I serve as guide. Still playing the part of the stoic servant, I see. What of you? Don't you dare tell me you've changed your mind. Hoist sail and let the wind take us as she pleases! Well said. We won't get far wallowing in the shallows. Right then. If all are still committed to the journey, then I say we make ready to depart. Hi, Arenville. Eager as they are, the others have already left for the arbor. We're not in danger of missing the boarding call, but perhaps we should be on our way as well.
savoring the moment? I can feel your excitement, your eagerness to explore the unknown.
Well, for once, the fate of the world doesn't rest on our shoulders. We might even get a chance to enjoy ourselves.
Do not be so quick to relax. Though Tural may seem but a short sail away on a map, the vast seas between brim with peril. The treacherous waters of Shade's Triangle alone have claimed countless vessels.
Shade's Triangle? Like the Bermuda Triangle?
Even following the safe route plotted by Admiral Buthiswin herself, this will be no pleasure cruise.
Perhaps, but my voyage here was uneventful enough. Disappointingly so.
Either way, the two of you have first-hand experience, which will be of great comfort in the days ahead, I'm sure.
Huh?
Aye, it's nothing new to us.
All aboard! We're casting off!
It's time. I trust you have everything you need? And so does our ship cast off from the docks.
Bye.
We sail west, as Cattenram did some 80 years past, bound for the New World, known to her children as the continent of Tural.
Just wait, Papa. When this contest is said and done, it'll be your daughter who sits the throne. Me, Wuk Lamat.
There we are.
Smooth sailing so far?
Aye, so far so good. But this sea, she's a fickle one. Calm one moment, blowing a gale the next.
I'll take my rest while I can then.
We left port what seems an age ago now, and we've seen naught but open water ahead. I knew Tural was far, but it's another thing to really know. Speaking of which, some of our fellow passengers have made this trip before. Several times, in fact. I was able to learn a few things about Tuliyollal and the rite of succession. Since we still have a long way to go, why not have a chat with them yourself? I'm sure you have questions of your own. Did you look out across these same waters, Grandfather?
Wow, we're in the open sea! Can I go in here? I can! Holy shit, yes! It's me! It's Isla! Yay! Oh god, Fontaine? Hello. Oh, this will be my first visit to Tural. Fontaine's the name, and I was working with Thames Aesthetics in Ulda, you see. But my employment with them, came to an end. Okay? That's why I visited Charlian, in hopes of starting over. While I was attempting, and failing, to find a new job, I seized the chance to board this vessel when I overheard room for another passenger had suddenly opened up. I'm told the Dawn servant welcomes all regardless of origin, and so Tuliyollal seemed like the perfect place to begin anew. Hopefully things will be better this time. I'll be praying for you, friend. Hi, Wuk Lamat. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Probably nervous of her homecoming. Retired mercenary. I see you in Eorzea before. You great and famous hero. Gah, I've had enough of playing the simpleton. There was a time when we took great pains to maintain the deception, but with more of you Eorzeans coming to Tural, it's become impractical. Besides, my mercenary days are over. Too many of our war band have fallen, and so we head home to lick our wounds. Good for you, man. My story? Well, since you asked, I wanted to retrace the historic journey of the great Kenteram. You know, the first Eorzean to set foot on Tural, almost 18 years ago. The Mamulja's leader is said to have welcomed Kenteram with open arms and sent him home with a bounty of silverware as a token of their friendship. The real treasure was the crops he brought back: potos, tomatoes, and corn, which spread across Eorzea like wildfire. His grand adventure led to a culinary revolution. The tales say Kenteram returned to Tural several times after that, but his ship vanished during his last recorded voyage, and he was never heard from again. That even a seasoned explorer like him could meet such an end is testimony to the ocean's peril. I did hear the story about how Kenteram came to Tural and such, but they mostly refer to Tural as the New World, so hearing about this story again, I think it might be very important to keep in mind, I think. I'd heard Arendelle was looking for passage to Tuliyollal, so I managed to squeeze his party aboard one of our chartered vessels. As fortune would have it, we had just scheduled an expedition to Tural. Nice. Self-assured trader. An adventurer, I presume? I'm a merchant myself, based in Ulda. Specialty imports and exports, Eorzean and Turali both. If this is your first crossing the salt, as they say, do remember that social mores of Eorzea are not necessarily the same as those over yonder. Oh! Oh, cool! Consider this. It is not uncommon for various races to be referred to instead by the names of certain clans. For Mikote, it's Heshtaro. Oh! Hetsaro? Hetsaro? What? For Mikote, the Hetsaro. The Hrothgar, the Zabral. Not because every member of a given clan is of the same race, mind, but because many individuals of said race are associated with that clan. A fair assumption, in certain cases, but take care not to give offense. Oh, that's cool! Oh my god! Mind blown. I'm told this vessel has been equipped with a barrier generator to protect it from storms. A reassuring thought, though I nevertheless pray there will be no need for it. Oh, you silly goober. We won't fall into the ocean, don't worry. Did you want to make a wager? We're taking bets on who will be sat next in the Dawn Servant's shiny chair. There are 4 claimants in the rite of succession. Your young Wuk Lamat being one of them, of course. But for what a Mamul job bloke was telling us, the other 3 are all strong contenders. Not too many keen to risk their coin on the 3rd promise. I'm curious to learn about the other 3 as well. Did you learn anything of interest? Yeah, I learned lots of things. Oh! I hadn't heard about that. I hadn't heard that about the clan names. We should have Wuk Lamat and Aaronville teach us the ones we should know. Actually, it's getting a little chilly up here on deck. Let's all gather in the cabin. Oh, cool. Oh, there's a storm.
We're in for a proper storm, it seems.
How's your stomach? Any better?
I don't know what you mean. I don't get seasick. I'm just feeling a little nauseous is all.
Isn't that what seasickness is?
Aaronville, you were born in Tural, yes? Do many Vieira live there?
The Shitona, as my people are called, have settlements mainly in the north, in Tural.
And your family?
I know nothing of my father, not even his name.
Oh!
As for my mother...
Uh-oh.
We're in the teeth of a nomad! Reef that sail before the mast snaps!
Oh dear.
Only elves have watch! This wind's too strong to take in Ysayeau!
Oh, fuck!
Off the mast! We need help! Get him below decks first! Quickly! Before he's washed overboard!
Come, we should lend what aid we can.
I have not seen the ocean rage with such fury before or since.
Oh my gosh.
The heaving waves tossed our ship about like a toy, sending sailors tumbling. The dauntless Ysayeau, quick to the rescue, was almost lost to the sea herself.
Go, Isla, go.
Meanwhile, our champion rushed to deploy the vessel's magical defenses, and thereby shield us from the lightning. What an extraordinary life she must lead to be able to operate such a device with practiced ease. Wuk Lamat, too, threw herself into the rescue efforts, though one might have mistaken her for another soul in distress.
Oh. She can't help it. I would feel nauseous too.
By the time the unruly seas had calmed, our strength was all but spent, and we had yet to even glimpse the shores of Tural. In retrospect, of course, that battle against the storm would prove a fitting prelude to the coming contest for the throne.
My baby.
Morning. Joining us for some fresh air?
Yep.
Seems my belly has settled along with the weather, but I'll feel much better once we're on solid ground.
Makes sense.
Can't be much farther now, can it?
Booby!
Seabirds. Land must be near. You need only hold out a while longer.
For a dark moment, I thought the ocean might swallow us. Glad to have my pessimism proven wrong.
In other good news, I examined the sailor who took a fall, and he's faring well. I'm sure he'll make a full recovery.
Good news indeed. If all's well, then we needn't delay in launching the landing boat. Ships have to lower anchors some way from shore. Too close, and they risk having their underbellies ripped open by the reefs that crowd Tuliyollal's coasts. Come.
Thanks for bringing us all this way.
Ha! We only did what we were paid to do. Couldn't hardly set you adrift halfway. If anything, it should be us thanking you for helping us through that beast of a storm. As a matter of fact, everyone's starting to fancy your chances in the contest. At this rate, we won't be able to lay wagers no more.
Then I better not let you down. Easy, stomach. Easy.
We're the last to board. If there's nothing left to say, then let's shove off, shall we?
Blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
There, look, my friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
At last, we are come to the land you call the New World. To my home, Tural.
I just got goosebumps. Oh my god. Let's go! Tuliyollal. Tural. This music. Wow! That's so cool. The beaches!
God, I've seen cities with an impressive mix of cultures, but this is something else.
Is that a... No. I've never seen Vanu feathers in that color before.
You'll find much here you never knew existed. There may be a sea route now, but visitors to Tuliyollal are still few and far between. And as we don't build seafaring ships, only a handful of Turali ever venture abroad.
Mamulja sellswords mostly. Those willing to play the fool sail with Lominsan merchants to secure employment in Eorzea.
Ah.
I suppose that makes us a rare sight in your country.
Rare and currently undocumented. Were there some forms we should fill out or...
Forms? Did you forget who you're traveling with?
Oh!
You are outsiders? Visitors to Tural?
We are.
Our nation is soon to hold a rite of succession to choose its next dawn servant. We will not abide interference from foreign agents seeking to foment trouble. What brings you to Tuliyollal?
Okay.
I can answer that. These fine people are allies in my succession bid.
Third promise. If you vouch for them, then all is well. Of course.
Please, accept our apologies.
No need to bow and scrape. That our soldiers are so diligent in their duties fills me with pride.
We'll be continuing our patrol then.
Well, well. You really are a figure of authority here.
Are you suggesting I don't look the part? Anyway, first things first. I bid you welcome to Tuliyollal.
Yay! Ba, 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 ba. Oh my god, we're here! It's so nice to feel that familiar breeze again. I wasn't sure my stomach would make it. I wonder what kind of trouble those soldiers are expecting. Probably not much. What an amazing city! As lively as Ul'dah, and even more colorful. According to Arenville, the Vanu I thought I saw belongs to a clan known as the Hanu Hanu. It seems that they share more than physical resemblance. Well, despite the storm's efforts to the contrary, here we are, safe and sound. You have arrived in Tuliyollal. You can return to the city at any time by speaking with the swarthy sailor in Scholar's Arbor in Old Sharlayan. I just want to explore! I want to explore! Okay, we'll explore. Let's continue the quest. Hello? Hello? Huh? Oh. Oh. Bruh. Right then. First things first. Still a bit queasy. No more boats for a while. I realize we've just arrived, but we should get you familiar with the city before the rite of succession begins. No arguments here. I should very much like to explore. Then I'll guide you. Are you sure you're in any condition to do so? Oh! Locals! Aha! We were wondering who these strange folk were. So the third promise has found herself some new followers then. Followers? Wuk Lamat? Are you unwell? No, not at all. Couldn't be better. The third promise does not get seasick. No, sir. As for my hand-picked entourage here, I've recruited them to help me win the rite of succession. I was about to show them around the city, in fact. That sounds lovely. But a group of foreigners is going to attract attention, especially if they're in the company of the Third Promise. Everyone will be curious. We certainly were. Your siblings have a tendency to, command a respectful distance. But you're just so easy to approach. And I enjoy it so much when you do. Please, don't ever worry that you're a bother to me. You're very kind. Good day to you, Third Promise. They did have a point. Wuk Lamat is technically royalty here. Like it or not, a person of her station surrounded by this many outsiders is bound to draw a crowd. We won't cause any trouble. Wait, what do you mean technically? I suggest we move in two groups so as to attract less attention. Just technically ignoring me then. Ayla, you and Cryle can come with me. I'll take the twins then. We'll get in touch once we've had a good look around. That voyage was hard on all of us, so take it slow and recuperate. We have time enough for that. Enjoy your wanderings. Perhaps we should wait a bit, at least until Wuk Lamat's nausea subsides. That's a good idea. No need for that. Look, I'm ready to go. I'm fine now, really. Can't stand around all day feeling sorry for myself. What with the contest looming and all. Now then, seeing as we are already here, I might as well tell you about the arbor. Erenvale already mentioned the reefs in our coastal waters, which explains why you don't see any big ships moored at the docks. Only vessels with shallow rafts can navigate the bay, mostly small fishing boats, or barges ferrying cargo up and down the rivers from inland settlements. Much of the incoming traffic is from Tural, the southern landmass. The clans there produce various goods for export. Their wares are unloaded here and charted off to the merchants' stalls in the neighboring markets. Speaking of which, Bayside Benvi should be our next stop. Wuk Lamat and Cryle are now accompanying you. Keep them at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. Cool. Now we have both of them with us. This is Bayside Bevy, Tuliyollal's largest marketplace. Being right on the arbor, everything from fresh fish to imported wares go directly to the shelves. Anything you want, they most likely have. Oh, right. I should mention that here in Tuliyollal, we buy things with a pel, a currency that Pelu created. Oh. But don't worry. More and more trade is coming in from Eorzea, so most shops are happy to accept your gil. There is also the Wachu Meki Meki, another market to the east of here, but that can wait for another time. I have other places I want to show you first. Next, we'll head back a bit, then northwards up the stairs to a certain plaza. I can't wait to see the look on your faces. Nice. Forgive me if I have to... not have to, if I want to look around here. The many people here makes it look like the city's pretty lively in the markets. There's an uphill slope. I never would have considered that they would do this type of... Oh my god. I can't. What do you think of that, eh? Goodness me. You have Aetherites in Tuliyollal? I think I told you before, but my brother Kowana spent 3 years studying in Charlian. He fell in love with the nation and its ways, and brought back to us the knowledge of Aetherite construction. Papa warmed to the idea at once, and had one built immediately. Ah, I see. Did you do the attuning thing? We're ready to continue. We'll head down again and then up the slope to the side. Right at the top is the gate, which leads to Tural. Ah, okay. Let's make a stop at the bright plume post on the way, though. That's the headquarters for the Landsguard. Let's see. So Kowana actually kind of basically designed this then. Wow. Bol Majun. Oh, he has a cool outfit. This here is Bright Plume Post, also known as the Landsguard's headquarters. Under the command of the great Zoral Ja, we hone our combat skills in order to apprehend any threats detected on patrol. You may come and go as you like, but don't cause trouble, you hear me? Will do, sir. Whoa, cool! Here we are, Bright Plume Post. The soldiers stationed here are responsible for defending Tuliyollal and preserving the peace. The Landsguard are led by our nation's strongest warrior, and so naturally Papa has commanded them since the beginning. At least until 3 years ago, when Zoral Ja took over as commander. The title is no empty honor. It means the first promise is considered equal to the Dawn Servant in martial strength. Oh, I see. Meanwhile, I haven't even managed to... Well, I'll discuss my brothers and their accomplishments later. Alphanode and Ysayeau should be around to hear it too. Come on, it's time I show you the Sky Gate. It's right at the northern end of the Talon March? Okay. Cool. The Sky Gate? Oh my... This is the Sky Gate? Oh. It's huge. Massive, isn't it? And on the other side is an equally massive bridge to match. Both were constructed by a race of giants, the Yokhui? The Yokhui. Oh. That is a huge bridge! Strictly speaking, Tural is actually 2 separate continents. Tural, the southern lands of the mother, and Tural, the northern lands of the father, which lie beyond the bridge. Oh. Legends say it used to be one great landmass, but long, long ago, the 2 gods fought a titanic battle. What? And when one threw the other to the ground, the impact was so devastating as to split the continent in twain. Are they implying about Hydaelyn and Zodiark? Oh! A similar sounding tale. I am put in mind of the conflict between Hydaelyn and Zodiark. But getting back to Tural, those lands are also a part of Tuliyollal nation, correct? That's right. Isn't my father incredible? He united the peoples of 2 continents into a single nation. The many clans of Tural had been at war for generations. It was only when Papa traveled the lands and put a stop to their myriad conflicts that we finally had peace. And that's the main reason I want to win the throne. I can preserve the peace he built. But I see you're more interested in what's behind the gate than hearing about my aspirations. Crossing the bridge to Tural requires a special travel pass. Unfortunately, they won't issue any new permits until the rite of succession is over. I promise to get you one when I'm Dawn Servant, but until then, you'll just have to wait. Okay, cool. Then I'll make sure you win. Mark my words. You really mean that? Woe to anyone who stands between you and adventure. We'll head west next, towards the Arch of the Dawn. The dirigible landing is on the way. You have dirigibles too? Tuliyollal certainly isn't one for methods of travel. We get by. Now, if you've seen enough of this area, let me know and we'll continue on. Okay, cool. The Arch of the Dawn is on the other side of the city, so speak up if you see something that interests you as we walk. Still. Let's go. I'd rather just, like, walk or, like, I guess run over there and then get some aetherites on the way. I'm still struggling to conceive how one could construct an entire city on the side of the mountain. This was originally the site of a Yokhui temple. The giants built it when they were first making the bridge to Tural to appease the god who slumbers of the great ocean trench. After the Yokhui withdrew, the temple stood empty for centuries. So when Papa was establishing his new nation, he saw a structure he could refurbish into a palace, sitting practically in the center of Tural. He gathered artisans to do the work, and the houses they built for themselves became the foundation of the city you see today. Speaking of houses, we'll be passing through the Resplendent Quarter, the biggest residential district in Tuliyollal. We climb these sets of stairs here, all the way up. Oh, I'm excited! Oh, that's so cute! Your baby mamuja! So this is the Resplendent Quarter. What manner of people live here? Oh, we have residents from all of Tural clans. Mamulja, Zebral, Pelupelu, Moblin, Hanuhanu. We also have the Tonawata. Oh, Tonawata, Heshtaro, Hetzaro, and Shitona, who moved south from their ancestral lands in Tural. Essence, it's a gathering of people from every corner of Tural. A true representation of Tuliyollal's diverse character. The adornments on each building contribute to the electric cultural aesthetic. It's also beautiful. I'm glad you think so. Come, we continue down the stairs. What huge drum? Oh, I see it! I've never seen such an enormous drum. What would one even use to beat such an instrument? That big drum there is called the Dawn Herald. They played for formal occasions, like when honoring the Land Guard's return from a dangerous duty. I tried hitting it with my axe once and it ripped the skin. Earned me a proper scolding, let me tell you. I think that was the time Papa held me upside down by the ankle. That's funny. Alpaca! Ah! Oh my god! Balloons! And here are our dirigibles. Not bad, eh? I hear other nations use airships to sail the skies, but you'll only find balloons in Tuliyollal. We have them for the exact same reason as the Aetherites. Juana brought back the plans from Charlene, and Papa brought them fantastic and commissioned their construction. Thought them fantastic, I see. This was around 3 years ago. Since that time, we've added flights to other settlements. Trade with frontier communities has never been easier. But that's enough about dirigibles. Dirigibles? I don't know. The Arch of the Dawn awaits. So. This is it. The Arch of the Dawn. When the giants were still here, it was known as the Tural land gate. But when Papa founded Tuliyollal, everyone began using its present name in honor of his great achievement. Through this gate is Kozamauka, the wetlands of south of the city. Depending on what the rite of succession asks of us, we might end up going in that direction. Kozamauka. The name alone is intriguing. Speaking of which, what were those fluffy animals we passed earlier? Alpaca! Ah, those are alpacas. Alpacas. Fearsome four-legged fiends. Fearsome? They seem quite placid to me. You'll learn soon enough, Krya. You'll learn soon enough. But forget the alpacas. I have something far more important to show you. Come along. If you wish to learn the history of Tuliyollal, then look no further. These stone pillars, you mean? Oh. What is special about these pillars, if I may ask? At a glance, they might look like ordinary stone decorations. But if you take a really good look, you'll see there's something much more interesting. Oh. Pictures? Wait. No. These are glyphs. They seem to tell a series of stories, many of them featuring a two-headed mamulja. Oh! Then this must be... That's right. It follows the exploits of my father, Ulul Jaja, and his journey to unite our lands. We call it the Tuliyollal Saga. The deeds he performed and the bonds he forged, all immortalized in stone. There's no better way to learn how Tuliyollal came to be. Study him as long as you like. I will. Oh. Oh. This pillar tells the lay of the Brotherhood. It depicts the scene where Papa granted an audience with the foreign explorer, Kentaram. Or something. I can never remember the name. You mean Kentaram? Ah, that's the one. Kentaram's rival in Tural is what prompted Papa to embark on his own journey. It's said that the two grew to be close friends, brothers in spirit, if not in blood. But no one knows what became of the explorer in later years. Kentaram's disappearance is a mystery in Eorzea as well. The records say he traveled between our lands and yours for a while, but then it's assumed he was lost at sea. Here we have the layer reads. This is the story of when Papa visited the Hanu in their village in Kozamauka. Ah, the people Alphina almost mistook for Vanu, if not for the colorful plumage. He spent a fair bit of time among the Vanu in the Sea of Clouds, so it's no surprise he took an interest in your countrymen. I don't know how it is with your Vanu, but our Hanu are a bright and cheerful sort. They hold this one festival every year. Very famous and a lot of fun. Let's see. This one is the Lay of Pots, which depicts the moblins of Kozomauka. Okay. They might wear odd masks and sound weirdly muffled when they talk, but the gold and silver work they sell is the best you'll find anywhere. Moblin goods are the standard when it comes to gift giving. I guess they're like a counterpart to goblins? Yeah. Clearly the Vanu aren't the only people with distant Turali counterparts. This one recounts the Lay of Repast. As you can probably tell, the figure depicted here is of the Zebral like me. For decades, the Zebral and the Mamuja were at war for control of the forest of Yaktel. The actions Papa took to end that conflict has since been hailed as the first steps in the founding of Tuliyollal. There is a clan of Hrothgar in Bosnia known as Helions. In their society, the women rule as queens, and the men serve as devoted subjects. Yet here in Tural, Zebral men and women appear to be of equal status. How dramatically culture can vary with location. Ah. This is so cool. If you're done with the first half, we can move on to the second. Yes. Yes, please. The Lay of Gold. This pillar shows one of the Pelu, whose homeland is in Urkopacha. Having created our currency, the Pelu are rightfully known as the Merchant Clan. They oversee Tuliyollal's markets, and their traveling peddlers are a common sight no matter where you go in Tural. Don't let their size fool you. They might be mistaken as children, but beneath those beaked masks, they are clever and calculating traders. Ah. Oh, this one is my favorite. The Lay of Ice. It depicts the battle with the legendary Tural Vidral, Valyarmanda. Ah, I see. I should explain. A Tural Vidral is a creature that has lived far beyond its usual lifespan and awakened to preternatural power. Itara described the Far Eastern auspices in a similar fashion. Could this be the same phenomenon? Valle Armanda itself was dubbed the Sky Ruin, a name earned for the destruction and terror it visited upon Tural every time it stirred from its slumber. But 80 years or so ago, its ruinous reign was brought to an end. After a great struggle, Papa and his comrades managed to overcome the raging vitriol and sealed it away in the Urcopacha Mountains. Okay. Despite its reputation, however, Valle Armanda is also a symbol of power. That's why you'll see its likeness on Tuliyollal's national emblem and adorning the banners at the palace. Oh, this one is unmarked. Papa says he left a blank pillar for the next chapter of Tuliyollal's history. Whatever might that be. It makes sense. The lay of proof. That big fellow is of the Yok Hui, the largest of Tural's peoples. These giants once used their great size and strength to establish a dominion encompassing all of Yok Tural. Having brought the southern reaches to heel, they then turned northwards, and setting their sights on Shak Tural. You'll recall that massive bridge they built beyond the Skygate. Yes, I do. Sometime after launching their northern campaign, however, they just gave up. They abandoned the lands they'd conquered and withdrew into the mountains of Urcopacha. I've never seen any of their kind so much as set foot in the city. This was a people with power and resourcefulness to raise a temple on a mountaintop and build a bridge across the sea with stone. What would move them to renounce their ambitions and their place in Turali history? Had your fill of history then? Yes, thank you. Glad to hear it. You know, I feel awfully hungry all of a sudden. No surprises they're saying I couldn't keep anything down for a while. But now, I think I'm ready to eat again. So let's go and have ourselves a bite of a local delicacy. Come, I'll take you to the best restaurant in the city. I like the sound of that. What a lovely establishment. I'm reminded of the Bismarck in Linsa Laminsa. Have you ever had tacos? They're a Tuliyollal classic. You bake a crunchy shell made from corn flour and fill it with meat and salad. A lot of shops and stalls sell them, but I like how they're made here at Sibrav Tai best. Wish I knew how to pronounce that. And I need one right in front of me, right now. Let's head downstairs and place an order with Old Buruk Evu. Every dish looks delicious. At the risk of sounding like Wuk Lamat, the mere sight of so much fine cuisine is making me ravenous. This is Buruk Evu, the owner. Don't let his unassuming appearance fool you. When it comes to making tacos, he is the greatest artisan in all of Tural. Oh, there's There's kebabs. Oh wow, there are different kinds. There's nachos. Pineapple drinks. Mango drinks.
Brook Evo! My companions must sample your heavenly tacos. One for each of us, please.
Right away, promise. And I'll pack them tight with my choicest feelings. Only the best for you and your friends.
Did you hear the silver scales are back? Seems their overseas foray ended in disaster.
Huh?
More than half their warband is missing, including their leader.
Aye. And now keen to rebuild their broken reputations, the survivors seek the Golden City. A fool's errand. How many hopefuls have disappeared in search of that fable? They should count their lucky stars they came home alive at all.
Oh.
The legend of the Golden City is well known here, I take it.
It is, but as no one's ever seen it, many question if there is any truth to the tale. Like our skeptical Erinville.
I can't imagine the Dawn Servant would request a formal survey for a place that doesn't exist.
Oh, it's raining.
Now to find a spot with a pleasant view to enjoy our crunchy spoils.
Oh. Hey! That was our tacos!
Oh.
If it isn't the third promise.
You better pay for that.
Oh. No.
What?
I don't know these ones. New salt.
Dredge from foreign waters is my guess, brother.
Of course, that's it. Wuk Lamat is so afraid of the coming contest that she went crying for special help.
Is this Bakul, Jaja?
Was there something you
Oh, it
wanted?
is.
Bakul Jaja?
It is.
The third promise remembers us! Such an honor!
Glory on your name, brother.
And on yours, brother.
I know my rivals for the throne. Nothing more.
Another child of the Dawn Servant?
No, this brute.
We have no ties to their farce of a family.
Oh.
Unlike the sneeveling housecut, we are blessed siblings, the elevated chosen. We alone are fit to succeed Golul Jaja as Dawn Servant.
All peoples are equal in Tuliyollal. Your heritage gives you no greater claim to the throne.
Shall we test that idea here and now? See if your strength is equal to ours.
No. Not right now. Maybe later. But no.
None of this has any bearing on the rite of succession, correct? Best not waste your energies on pointless scuffles.
Mm-hmm.
The kitten comes to the house cat's defense. Pathetic. Since when was our nation overrun by mewling weaklings?
Listen to me, you.
Yeah, run your mouth. Go on, walk away.
A two-headed mamulja. I knew of them, but that's the first I've seen in the flesh.
Some get it into their twin heads that they're destined to follow in my father's footsteps. So they travel to distant lands to hone their battlecraft. Those are likely the ones you've heard about.
Are there other two-headed claimants?
No, just Bakul Jaja. Even in Tural, his kind are far from common. The Mamulja people largely belong to one of three clans. The Hubigo, the Bunewa, and the Dopro. Every once in a great while, a two-headed offspring is born from a union between the brown-scaled Hubigo and the blue-scaled Bunewa. The child grows to possess immense strength, both physical and magical.
Blessed siblings indeed.
Forget them. Let's go and buy more tacos. I can think of nothing better to rid me of this bad taste in my mouth.
Enjoying your tour of the city, I trust. We've seen our share of notable sights and took a moment to rest. As such, we're ready to present ourselves at the palace for the rite of succession. Shall we meet you there?
The palace it is. I'll let Wuk Lamat know. Destiny calls. Perhaps we can return for more tacos later?
Oh.
So it goes.
Oh. Oh, those tacos. Baruch Evu's lovingly made tacos went to waste. It's all that brutish Bakul Jaja's fault. I was looking forward to trying some authentic Tuliyollal cuisine. Well, we should hurry and join Alphino and the others at the palace. Alright, it's a bit of a climb to this top, but you can head up from the Resplendent Quarter, or even the eastern side of Talon March, if you prefer. Now that you have an idea of how the city's laid out, I'll let you find your own way to Volok Shunsa. Oh, my poor empty belly. It's okay. We'll get soft tacos later. Hey. Food. Ooh. Oh, it's so nice, the lighting. Do you have a better feel for the city now? Yes, I do. There are so many narrow, winding streets. But even if you get lost, all you have to do is keep heading up, and you'll arrive at the place eventually. At the palace. We saw a two-headed Mamulja on our way here. another claimant in the rite of succession, according to Arendelle. The food is amazing. A passing Mamuja let us try a fruit called cherimoya, and it was just sublime. I bet it's the fruit that Ysayeau had in the trailer. You made it. Good. Then we're all here. I'm still hungry enough to eat a whole roasted colibri. But the contest won't wait for us forever. Upon speaking to Arendelle, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set sufficient time to review these scenes in their entirety. Sure. I've acquainted the twins with the city as best I could in a short time. Their unbridled enthusiasm made it rather difficult. Invariably, something would catch their eye, spurring them to run down an alley to investigate. It was like herding a pair of unruly curs. I understand all too well. Charlian had the same effect on me. Right then. Now it's time we saw the inside of the palace. Papa will want to know I'm home, and to meet the allies I've chosen. Given how impulsive he is, though, there's no telling what we might be in for. What do you mean? Oh. Estinian! Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! So he's the one that that was in the trailer in place of our friend.
When did he get here?
More to the point, why is he here?
Oh, you know this man?
Yes?
Whenever my father spots a promising opponent, he invites them to Sunperch to duel. Pressing duties or no, he can't resist a good fight.
So the one Estinian is crossing blades with.
That will do, Spearman. I will receive my darling daughter. Know that you are the strongest I've fought in many a moon, if not longer. It is the privilege of a life long lived to face such a formidable soul.
If it's formidable you want, then look no further than that woman there.
Hello.
I see you, warrior.
We had no idea you meant to visit Tural.
I've seen what lies east. This time I chose west.
Hey.
And thus did our itinerant dragoon make his travel plans.
You witnessed our bout. If you thought he was fearsome, that was with one head dozing.
I'm not sure I understand.
The old man has been feeling his years.
Ah.
The uncovered side is the head of resolve, and age has only deepened his love for combat. But the head of reason, wiser of the two, sleeps more and more these days. As I understand it, the veil helps with the restoration of his magical energies.
Ah.
Enough about me, Lamati. I want to hear of your adventures.
Lamachi.
A term of endearment. It's what my family calls me.
Oh, that's so cute!
Oh. When last did we see you in the palace? Greetings, Solonesh.
It's Erenville now, Dawn Servant.
Oh?
I took the name while abroad, and have since grown accustomed to it.
I understand.
Erenville, then. And these others? I assume are Lamati's recruited allies. Ha! All tempered steel. Yet as much as I'd enjoy testing their metal, the hour of the rite is at hand. I will summon the other claimants at once.
Then I shall leave you to it.
Okay.
Good fortune, my friends.
Bye. Oh. And there he is. Oh, Kawana!
The claimants are assembled. The first promise, Zorolja. The second promise, Ona.
Ona?
The third promise, Wuk Lamat. And lastly, the chosen of Mamuk, Bakun Jaja. You four will compete in the rite of succession, the outcome of which will decide who takes my place as Dawn Servant. I am not the man I once was. My wiser half sleeps the days away. And it is time I yield my position. But mine is a torch that has never been passed. Tuliyollal is young. And so I look to thee always for inspiration.
The rite of succession. The means by which the autarch of Mamuk was chosen. Only the two-headed were deemed fit for this contest. But the Tuliyollal I built is a nation of many peoples. Our leader needn't have two heads, nor be a Mamuja at all. So I gave the right of claimant, not only to the son I sired, but to my adopted children as well. Yet the opportunity to rule was still not equal. That is why a recent tournament offered a place in the contest as the winning prize.
I see.
Now you have us to compete against. Though it seems the one-head was already too afraid to face us in the tournament.
Our brother was in Shuk Tural leading the Landsguard on a campaign to eradicate a Tural Vidral. Anyone with sense would know he was too busy for games.
Now for the part you've been waiting to hear. The nature of the contest itself. To triumph in the rite of succession, and thereby claim our nation's throne, you must travel the lands of Tural and find the City of Gold.
What? No way.
If I may, Father.
Speak, Kona.
Wanna.
The Golden City is an ancient Turali legend, but after so many failed attempts to find it, the story has become more fairy tale than fact. If you would charge us with such a quest, are we then to assume you have proof of the city's existence?
You offer us proof, my unbroken word. For I have seen it with my own 4 eyes.
Whoa!
The city's real. All those years.
This was before the founding of Tuliyollal. I traveled the lands of Tural with my companions. And we ended our journey at the gates to the Golden City. I mean to have you do the same. But in order to achieve victory proper, you need to break the seal I put in place.
Uh-huh.
Bring them.
Oh. Oh! The ones on the pillars.
The Tuliyollal saga.
You will retrace the path I walked to unite our peoples, step by step. Along the way, 7 chosen electors will be waiting to measure your worth. Earn their keystones by performing the feats they ask of you. Once you've fitted each of the 7 tablets with the keystone, you'll have the key to unlock the seal on the Golden City's gates.
Ah.
So the contest is in stages, none of which can be skipped by rushing to the ultimate objective.
Exactly. Exciting, isn't it?
Martial tournaments, hunting festivals, and now this? You do so love your contests, Papa.
Were I a few years younger, I would have joined in myself, giving you a proper challenge. You may think the rite is tedious or nonsensical, or both, but I am yielding our nation's throne. Let me have this final indulgence.
A waste of time. Just name Bakunja just successor and be done with it.
The rite of cessation begins now. I'll be watching you progress with great interest. And Clemens, remember to collect your tablets before you leave. You are one of Lamat's allies. Speak freely.
I am Cryle Baldessian, representative of the students of Baldessian. My name is perhaps familiar to you?
Ah.
It would seem you sent this letter to my orders some years ago. The ink has since faded and much of the writing is illegible. Even so, we managed to determine the essence of it. A request to investigate the Golden City, addressed to my grandfather, Galuf. Included with the correspondence was this earring. A fairy tale and a piece of jewelry were enough to convince my grandfather to sail halfway across the world. So there is surely some greater mystery at work here. On behalf of the students, I've come to seek clarification on the matter. Have you any knowledge you might share with me?
No, not at this time.
Fortunate.
I have tasked the claimants with finding the Golden City. To fulfill your request would afford one of them an unfair advantage in the rite of succession.
He is also right.
But once the contest is decided, I plan to entrust the entire truth to my successor. If you want to hear it, then you had best help Lamat win.
Very well, Dawn Servant. On my honor as a student of Baldessian, I will find your Golden City.
Oh.
Thank you for hearing my petition.
How about that? She's grown into a remarkable young woman.
Oh.
You should be proud, Galov.
Oh. Oh.
Too late to change your mind now, I suppose. But are you sure you wish to be part of this? Our third promise is not wont to take no for an answer. Though you may have agreed to help, I worry that you were swept up in her relentless enthusiasm. Or perhaps you've been lured by the glory of the Golden City. Either way, this contest for the throne will place you and yours at the heart of political turmoil. If you are second-guessing your decision, tell me now. This may be my last chance to help you withdraw.
Life is a series of journeys, my friend. And there's no telling what awaits us on the long road.
Oh.
But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another.
I've made my decision, and I mean to see it through.
Is that so?
Mm-hmm.
I will speak no more of it then. As for my own involvement, I can no longer conduct myself as a mere guide, I think. Not after the Dawn Servant's revelation.
Oh. Hey, yo! Ooh!
Here they come! It's Saralja! Such a fearsome mien. Make no mistake, there goes Tuliyollal's mightiest warrior.
First promise, our village needs aid. The cold weather stunts our crops, and the children of our village go hungry. Once you ascend the throne, I beg of you, grant my people new lands, please!
Saralja.
Take heart, tiller of the soil. The resilient son, blood heir to the Dawn Servant, has heard your pleas.
Soralja, the first promise and commander of the Landscape. Saralja, the Palaceer. As he was so careful to remind the crowd, Soralja is indeed the natural child of Gulul Jaja.
Okay, so that... So he's like the actual blood son.
And Resilient Son, is that another title, like the first promise?
After a fashion. Common knowledge has it that two-headed Mamulja cannot sire children. Yet Soralja was born all the same, with a head of resolve's features and a head of reason's scales.
Ah.
Extraordinary example of life's unyielding resilience.
Hmm.
And a warrior's reticence. He says little, but the way he moves... I know a hardened soldier when I see one.
He's a natural swordsman, a gift he inherited from his father. Some even say that the son has already surpassed the sire. Should he come to power, the first promise means to employ that martial prowess in the conquest of foreign lands.
Oh.
For this, he and his supporters have been labeled expansionists.
Oh.
This puts him in direct opposition to Wuk Lamat, who advocates for the preservation of peace.
So he's the one who wants to expand? If I'm understanding that correctly.
You may recall that she spoke of a claimant who cannot be allowed to rule. That is Soralja, the warmonger.
Ah, okay.
Cryon, are you alright?
The echo. It gave me a glimpse into Zoralja's ambitions.
Oh, shit.
Deep and unknowable, like an abyss. Yet at the same time, a roaring, unquenchable fire. It was a trifle terrifying, to be frank.
How come I didn't get it? Wanna make way.
Second promise, you must bring us more marvelous conveniences. More dirigibles and trains and the like. We need you in charge to make trading easier.
The elders, they complain and complain about abandoning tradition. But we're not like them, afraid of everything foreign and new.
You have our wholehearted support. With your ingenuity and knowledge, you're sure to win the contest.
Forgive me, but the rite of succession is barely begun. I will hear your petitions if and when I am named Dawn Servant. If you will excuse me.
He's cute.
Plain spoken, as always.
That's Arcona. Practical to a fault.
Here we have Kona, the second promise, who spent time as a pupil at Charlian's own studium.
Now that you mention it, I think I did see him in the halls once or twice. There was nothing to suggest he was Turali, much less from a royal family.
That was by design. He forwent his usual garb and took an Eorzean name to avoid attention.
So it was Kona who introduced the dirigibles. And the railway too, given what we just heard.
In furtherance of his goal, to enrich Tuliyollal with every bright notion he learned of in Charlia. He is the hope of those who prize innovation. As aloof as he may seem, Kona and Wuk Lamat actually get along rather well. They bicker and banter as only close siblings do.
Makes sense. Ah.
How gracious of you all to cheer the lesser Clavans.
Oh.
Oh, come now. What are you afraid of?
I'm no different from your Dawn servant. That my kind should reign is Mamulja tradition, and has been so since before there was a Tuliyollal. I'll brush aside your feeble contenders, and then you'll see who deserves your deity. Well said, brother.
The Mamulja finally found peace in Tuliyollal. I pity those fanatics are intent on keeping that tradition alive.
The chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja, winner of the recent martial tournament, and the only claimant not of the Dawn's promise. His strength is undeniable, but you see how he is. A few devoted Mamulja are his only supporters.
What would he do with the throne should he win it?
His policies and so forth. I doubt he's thought much beyond winning the contest itself. But one thing seems certain. If he does become Dawn Servant, he will see the Mamulja exalted as the ruling class, and all others forced into subservience.
Oh, God. Why is everybody leaving?
Sounds like another that cannot be allowed to rule.
Where is everybody going? Why is everybody leaving? We still have one more. Yeah, let's go.
We wish for one thing and one thing only, Third Promise. To abide together in harmony with our neighbors whom we love in this land we share. It is our way, the Turali way.
Galul Jaja built for us this peaceful nation, and we beg you to preserve it.
You have my word. I won't let your pleas go unanswered.
Until Tuliyollal was founded some 80 years ago, this continent was ravaged by war. The eldest among us remember that dark era, and they are Wuk Lamat's most ardent supporters.
Ah, I see. That's why they believe in her so much.
Apologies, it's hard to get away. This is Namika, my childhood nursemaid. She's been like a mother to me my whole life. I told her it wasn't necessary, but she insisted on seeing us off.
I place our precious Third Promise into your care.
Did you know Wuk Lamat was taking part in the rite of succession?
Huh?
Of the Dawn's promise? I thought it was only Zoralja and Kona. If she has any accomplishments to her name, I've yet to hear them.
What?
Compared to the two Mamulja, she pales in martial prowess. And then there's Kona, who's far and away the most educated of the bunch. I hate to say it, but it's hardly a competition.
Lady!
It's fine. More than anyone. I understand how much better my brothers are than me.
Bruh.
Better? Wuk Lamat. I have never thought of you as the lesser sibling.
Oh.
Your brothers may excel in their respective ways, but you boast qualities that both lack. A strength that is yours alone. Having cared for you for so long, I should know.
Thank you, Namika. Well, we ought to be on our way.
Yes, hurry along. I await word of your victory with bated breath.
Oh. As you witnessed, Wuk Lamat has no great army of supporters. Not yet, at least. I know not what drives Zorol, but it engulfs him like an inferno. That's bad. That two-headed claimant, Bakul Jaja, treats everyone around him as lesser beings. No doubt he'd try to elevate the Mamulja above other races should he become Dawn servant. Not unlike how the Garlean Empire afforded special status to pure-blood Garleans. Tokwana, the Second Promise, is intent on developing his country by means of Sharlayan innovations. Given his background, I suppose it should come as no surprise. Well, so much for the brief reunion I had in mind. Papa is not one to waste time when he decides to act. I'm used to it by now, of course, but others are often caught off guard. In any case, we should talk about how we're going to find the City of Gold. All we have to work with are the 7 tablets and their connection to the Tuliyollal saga. Might I suggest first comparing the tablets against the pillars? We could check for any discrepancies between them. Good idea! Let's go and take a look. In the preparation of intricately carved tablets for every claimant must have taken considerable effort and forethought. We should consider them weighty reminders that this contest is no light-hearted matter. At a glance, they seem much the same. I won't give up until we find the City of Gold. Of the Golden City. I won't give up until we find the Golden City. For Wuk Lamat as well as myself. I wasn't expecting the events to progress that quickly, but I won't complain. The contest is the main reason we're here after all. That makes everyone. Wuk Lamat, the tablets if you would. Of course! Everyone has a tablet? Then let's compare them to the respective pillars. Keep an eye out for even the smallest differences. Unless I'm missing something. The glyphs appear to be identical. The only difference being that the tablets have hollows where the keystones are to be fitted. So now that we have established that the scenes are the same, where do we go from here? The Dawn Servant said we were to retrace the path he walked in uniting Tural's peoples, and that we would encounter 7 selectors along the way. Then we have the answer here in front of us. Papa's path is all laid out in Tuliyollal saga. In the Tuliyollal saga. The events the glyphs portray, do we know the exact locations where they took place? If one is close, we could go there and search for an elector. That would confirm we're on the right track. Let me think. The Lay of Reeds was in the nearby Hanu settlement. Papa took me there once. It was during festival season, and the whole village was alive with good cheer. There's also the Lay of Gold. That one involved the Pelu Pelu village, which is about the same distance from here. Before going anywhere, we should ask around about the road ahead. I heard a lot of talk as we toured the city about the storm we passed through at sea. Apparently, it ravaged Tural several days ago. Since our roads are not as well paved as Ysayeau's, they're more susceptible to damage from natural disasters. If we want to avoid wasting time taking a dead-end trail, I suggest spend a few moments making inquiries. If it's information we need, just leave it to me. I'll bring the information to us. Okay. It would be prudent to ensure we're prepared for the journey. I'll guide you to the accommodations I've arranged. Oh, we're gonna be in these cottages? Are you serious? Hell yeah. That's right. The reservation is under Wuk Lamat's name. If you don't mind, I leave my companions to you. Certainly, sir. I'll go and track down the third promise. Once you've finished organizing your gear, you can meet us outside Sabalyav Tai. I-T-A? I don't know. Greetings, visitors to Tuliyollal, and welcome to the 4-Art Cabins. Whenever you're ready, I will show you to your rooms. Await your companions and embark on the rite of succession? Yes. Trust you to be the keenest to head out, Isla. But where are Erenville and Wuk Lamat, I wonder? Oh! Ah, good. You're all here. And who might your companions be? Seeing as we needed information, I thought who better to get it from than the locals. These two hail from the villages we're thinking to visit. I give you credit for taking initiative, at least. What do you mean, at least? I am honored that the Third Promise would seek my advice. I, too, am happy to answer your questions. Any encounter might be an opportunity to do business. Thank you both for your help. Ah, before we begin, there will doubtless be other occasions where we need to act independently, so I brought these for the two of you. Ah, I see. What's this? 'Tis called the Link Pearl, a gemstone harvested from a special shell. When linked together, they allow people to communicate across great distances. Is that so? What a handy thing to have. It'll be very useful on our travels. Speaking of which, I should get back to introducing my two new friends here. The helpful Hanu. Please ask anything, I'll gladly tell you what I know. Okay. What a stroke of luck to forge this connection to the palace. May it be the beginning of a profitable partnership. Wuk Lamat may not be as experienced or accomplished as her brothers, but she has an affinity for the people. For her, finding those willing to cooperate is as simple as asking. Nice. Is there a reason the Pelu Pelu all wear those masks? Should we speak to first? The Tuliyollal saga features a number of Tural's clans. Two of those, the Hanu Hanu and the Pelu Pelu, have settlements relatively close to the city, so I brought a representative of each. As I mentioned before, the Hanu are a cheerful people who love their festivals. They make their appearance in the Lay of Reeds, and their home village, Okanu, is located in Kozamauka. The other, smaller fellow, is the one of the Pelu, a clan of business-minded folk from Urkopacha. They appear in the Lay of Gold and craft all kinds of marvelous goods in Wachunpelo, their village. Now, as for deciding which village to visit first, why don't you put that adventurous instinct of yours to work for us, Ayla? Pick our destination. Okay, this is where we decide which place we actually go first. Accepting the quest from the helpful Hanu will temporarily prevent you from accepting the quest from the approachable Pelu and vice versa. Second quest path will become available from the respective NPC once you have completed the series of quests from the first path. Oh! Furthermore, story elements and quest rewards will not be affected by your initial choice of path. Speak with the NPC you prefer and embark on the trail for the rite of succession. Okay.